Howdy, folks. It's Dr. Jeff Camarda. Good afternoon, good evening. Here, January 21st, 13th birthday of my youngest son, Dante, of whom I'm very, very proud. So a couple of quick things to cover. My theme for this video mostly is going to be preparing for the tax onslaught to come. More on that in a second. But first, I'd like to request your feedback, and please tell your personal wealth advisor. Email me at j@camarda.com. That's j@camarda.com about ways to enhance your communications with us. You know, back in the day, the telephone was all there is. But now there are so many different channels of communication. There's texting and emails and phones and cell phones and house phones and chat apps and message services, you know, that it gets bewildering, and a lot of folks prefer one mode of communication over another. Like if you want to reach me, email is by far the best way. I watch that constantly. My phone doesn't even ring very much, so I often catch up on voicemails that are weeks old. I look at text quite a bit too, but everybody's different. So I'm exploring setting up what I'm going to call a contact app. You know, like you set something up on your phone and you push a button that says Camarda, and that sends an email or a text or both to your primary team member, your PWA, and you can communicate that way and request a phone call or an appointment, something like that. Please let me know how important that is to you. It would be quite a project to set it up. And we've had some internal debate, and before we go any further, I really want to know how much you care about that, if that would make your lives easier and let you get closer to us and more efficiently and get better responses and better feedback if you care. So please let me know, j@camarda.com, or you can text me. Don't call me. Text me. My cell number, 904-813-5034. Okay, next I'd like to, I don't want to beat this drum too hard, but we're really, really excited about the investment methodology that we've employed and been testing for most of last year. Turning an aircraft carrier often takes some time. There's a lot of testing and so forth that we go through before we make major changes like this, but we're about there. I'm really excited with the new investment methodology that you're going to see throughput into your portfolios really just in a few weeks. And also we've invested considerably in new resources and tools, and a new member of our investment oversight team that's conferring with the board, a fellow that's both a chartered financial analyst and chartered market technician. These are both exalted investment analytic designations. I just have the CFA. He's got both. The CMT is more technical at charts and trading. Where Kim is also a CMT level 3 candidate. So we're really, really excited about this. And you'll have more on this. Kim, talked a little bit about it last week, and more on that very soon in the weeks to come. But the centerpiece of this video today is really the tax control. And hopefully our country is finally entering a healing phase. But make no mistake, the shift of power, or rather the power has shifted in Washington to the point where I think we're going to see kind of more of a purple type orientation. I suspect that many Republicans will soften a little bit of their hardened positions, and certainly President Biden has both the House and Representatives and the Senate by pretty thin margins, razor thin in the Senate. But nonetheless, I think we are going to see more progressive taxation and a bunch of other stuff that I'm not terribly fond of, but it is what it is. I think we need to prepare for higher taxes, and probably sooner, not later. So the alarm bells should be going off for you on estate taxes, and this is a really, really good time, and I think the window is closing very rapidly to revisit your estate plan with an eye toward tax control. Mr. Biden has said he wants to drop the exemption to tax-free amount of estates to $3 million from the current $11.5 million. So if you are even at single-digit millions with your net worth, and you haven't looked at estate planning from a tax standpoint recently, talk to you, bring your PWA up, and let us take a look at that for you. Because again, I don't think we have much time. Also, we have, again, merge is not the right word, but we're combining TaxMaster and Camarda Wealth into one entity now. So you'll look to us for tax preparation and estate documents and tax strategy and all that stuff together. Your PWA will be your primary contact for that. And gee whiz, it's a good time to talk to us about doing your 2020 taxes. There's so much that's changing, and I tell you, virtually every time we look at tax returns prepared by other tax preparers, there's a lot of balls that have been dropped. So we're happy to give you a free review. You might want to consider that this year as tax season starts to really progress in earnest now. And then the last thing I want to mention is, as a tax, there's not a lot that ordinary folks can do, retired investors and employees, to control taxes. The tax changes, particularly the Trump era Tax Cut and Jobs Act, really narrowed deductions for most folks to the point where there's really not much you can do. The only generally effective strategies for ordinary folks are either owning a business or owning investment real estate. And before you go, gee whiz, Jeff, I'm retired and, I don't want to run a business. I humped it all my life. I've had enough. It doesn't have to be, an 80-hour-a-week entrepreneurial effort to conquer the world. It just needs to be a legitimate business that can generate a lot of tax deductions, and the business can be investing in real estate, whether it's, physical real estate and rental houses like I have, or it's some structured product or real estate investment fund. But if you have any inkling of interest in this, to prepare your house against what I see as sharply higher taxes, against fat cats, you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't one, and you'd be astonished at how rare we are. Very, very small percentage of the U.S. population has got any wealth to speak of. So if you're all concerned about that, get with your PWA. This year, a major emphasis is going to be in helping you develop structures to control your taxes if you care about that. And that's pretty much it for this evening. Dante's the 13th birthday, January 21st. Kim's is just a couple days away, January 24th. Those of you that are inclined might want to send her some birthday wishes. But that's enough for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, this is Dr. Jeff Camarda with This Week in Wealth. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.